Look at your arm right now. Run a finger across the skin. That thin, soft surface is the most exposed armor in the entire animal kingdom. A rhino carries hide 2 centimeters thick. A crocodile wears bone under its scales. A pangolin is wrapped head to tail in overlapping plates. And you? You burn after 20 minutes in the sun. You tear on a nail. You bruise from a bump against a table. Every serious predator on Earth evolved toward armor. You evolved in the opposite direction. You got softer, weaker, more naked than almost any mammal alive. It looks like a mistake, a glaring, dangerous flaw in the design. But it isn't. That fragile skin is one of the most radical gambles evolution ever made, and it might be the single reason you exist to touch your own arm at all. Here's the paradox. In the wild, thin skin should be a death sentence. Think about what your ancestors faced. Thorns, rock, insects, claws, sun that never quit. A leopard's skin can take a scratch that would send you to a hospital. And yet, somewhere in Africa, over roughly the last 2 million years, the human line did something no other large primate did. It stripped its fur away and left the body almost bare. This wasn't a slow accident. This was a trade. Evolution gave up the oldest protection mammals ever had, and it demanded something enormous in return. So what did we get? The first answer is written in heat. Picture the African savanna 1.5 million years ago. Midday. The ground radiates like an oven, temperatures climbing past 40 degrees Celsius. Every smart animal is lying in the shade, panting, waiting for dusk. And out into that killing heat walks your ancestor. On purpose. Because here is the secret weapon hiding in your naked skin. You have between 2 and 5 million eccrine sweat glands spread across your body. No other creature on the planet cools itself the way you do. A dog can only pant. A horse sweats, but nothing like you. You can pour out over a liter of sweat an hour, and as it evaporates off bare skin, it drags the heat straight out of your blood. Fur would have trapped that heat. Fur would have soaked and matted and cooked you from the inside. So the fur had to go. This unlocked a hunting method almost no animal on Earth can survive against. It's called persistence, hunting guidewire. You couldn't outrun an antelope in a sprint. It's faster than you every single time, but it can't sweat the way you can. It has to stop and pant to dump heat. So your ancestors simply refused to let it stop. They tracked it under the noon sun and kept it moving, hour after hour, mile after mile, until the animal collapsed from heat stroke while the humans were still walking. The San people of the Kalahari were still hunting this exact way into recent times, running kudu to exhaustion across the desert over distances of 30 kilometers or more. No spear needed at the end. Just heat and patience and skin that could shed it. That's the first thing your fragile skin bought you. The ability to turn the hottest, most hostile part of the day into your hunting ground. But cooling was only the beginning, because that same bare skin became something else entirely. It became an instrument. Strip away the fur, and the skin turns into the largest sensory organ your body owns. Nearly 2 square meters of living surface wired with millions of nerve endings, reading the world in real time. Your fingertips alone are packed with receptors, sensitive enough to detect a ridge just a few thousandths of a millimeter high. Blindfolded, you can feel the difference between silk and satin. You can feel a single hair land on your arm. You can feel the exact moment water shifts from warm to hot before it burns you. That sensitivity is not decoration. It is intelligence. A hand that fine can nap a stone tool, feeling the flake break away. It can find the sharp edge, test the point, control the pressure. The delicate skin and the clever hand evolved together, and out of that partnership came the entire toolkit of humanity. And there's a deeper layer still. Your skin carries a special class of slow nerve fibers, called C-tactile afferents, that fire most strongly not to sharp pokes, but to one specific thing. A gentle, warm, stroking touch, about the speed of a caress. Think about what that means. Your body evolved a dedicated nervous pathway whose entire job is to register affection. A hand on the shoulder. A parent stroking a child. Grooming, comfort, belonging. This is why touch calms you. Why a hug lowers your heart rate. Why a hand held in a frightening moment can steady your whole body. That naked skin didn't only let you feel the world, it let you feel each other. It wired human beings for closeness, for bonding, for the social glue that holds a tribe together. Your body still remembers this. When you feel starved for touch and can't name why, that's an ancient wiring, 300,000 generations deep, telling you that you were never meant to be alone in your skin. But every gift has a bill, and the bill for going naked came due the moment your ancestors stepped into the sun for too long. Here is the razor's edge your skin lives on. You need sunlight. Ultraviolet light striking bare skin is how your body manufactures vitamin D. And without it, your bones soften, your immune system falters, your children don't develop right. Fur blocks that. Naked skin drinks it in. But that same ultraviolet light is a weapon. It shreds the folate in your blood, a nutrient so critical that a shortage can wreck a developing pregnancy. And over years it damages the DNA in your skin cells and breeds cancer. So the human body was caught between two deadly needs. Get enough sun, but not too much. And its solution was a pigment called melanin. Near the equator, under fierce direct ultraviolet light, dark, melanin-rich skin evolved as a built-in shield, protecting folate and DNA. Then, as humans walked north into Europe and Asia over the last 60,000 years, into weak, slanting winter light where the danger flipped to too little sun, the skin lightened to let more of it in. Your skin color, every shade of it, is a map of exactly how much sunlight your ancestors stood under. It is written in your genes. A single letter change in a gene called SLC24A5 accounts for a huge share of lightened skin in European populations, and it spread across the continent in what, in evolutionary time, was the blink of an eye. That's how urgent this balance was. Life and death. Tuned by latitude, painted onto your body. And it gets stranger, because your skin was never even truly bare. You think of your skin as a solid wall keeping the world out. It isn't. It's more like a living reef. Right now, this second, your skin is home to something on the order of 1 trillion bacteria, along with fungi and viruses from roughly 1,000 different species. This is your skin microbiome. And it is not filth. It is a second living layer of armor. These organisms coat you, feed on your oils and dead cells, and in return they crowd out dangerous invaders. They train your immune system, and some even produce their own natural antibiotics right there on the surface. Where a rhino grew thick dead hide, you grew a thin living membrane and let an entire invisible ecosystem stand guard on top of it. You didn't lose your armor. You traded a heavy dead shield for a light, living, intelligent one. Thinner. Smarter. Alive. Now feel how far this reaches into your life right now. When you flinch at a paper cut, that's not weakness. That's a hypersensitive alarm system doing exactly what it evolved to do, guarding a barrier too precious to lose. When you crave the sun on your face on the first warm day of spring, and something in your chest just relaxes, that's a body 2 million years old reaching for the vitamin D it was built to make. When a touch from someone you love slows your breathing, that's the C-tactile wiring lighting up, the same circuit that once bonded a mother to her child in a cave 300,000 years ago. When you reach for sunscreen because 10 minutes too long leaves you burned, you're patching the one weakness in a design that gambled protection for power, and won. Your skin is not a flaw. Your skin is the receipt for the deal that made you human. Because think about what that fragile barrier actually delivered. The cooling that let you hunt the sun-baked plains no other predator dared cross. The sensitivity that built the hands that made the tools that built the world. The wiring that made you social, made you gentle, made you a creature that survives by holding on to each other. Every animal wrapped in armor is sealed off from the world. It's protected, and it's alone inside its shell. You are the opposite. You are the animal that gave up the shell, so it could feel everything. And in the year 2026, we are finally trying to buy back what evolution sold. Synthetic skin grafts. Lab-grown dermis. Sunscreens, moisturizers, a whole industry built to defend the barrier our ancestors deliberately made thin. We spend fortunes protecting the very fragility that made us who we are. So look at your arm one more time. That thin, soft, burnable, tearable, breakable skin is not the animal kingdom's worst armor. It is its most expensive gamble. Evolution stripped you bare, stood you up in the killing heat, and bet everything that a naked, feeling, connected creature would go further than an armored, sealed-off one. You are the proof it was right. Your body still remembers the deal. Every time you sweat, every time you feel, every time you reach out and touch another human being, and something ancient in you goes quiet and safe. You were never meant to be armored. You were meant to feel the whole world against your skin.